Hello and welcome to the Sofa of Space with me, Adam and Mike.
Hey!
And first off, I would like to say that we're very sorry because some footage of this video was lost. This is us after we've refueled and we're just flying it back now after we've run out of fuel again just then, and now we're gliding it back to home base. But don't worry, to make up for this, we're doing a lot this episode, so stick around because we're gonna try and get that moon base that we did in episode 1 up and running properly. And we're going to try and build something even cooler. But first, I'm going to see if I can actually get this to the runway, which would be quite nice.
You know what? I'll be grateful if it just lands.
Yeah, I mean, if you would... Okay, it's fine. We lost the rear engines, but luckily there are 2 more. not that they have any fuel. We're just rolling. I'm desperate to try and at least touch the runway with a single wheel.
I can be like those other YouTubers. I can make the runway too.
I can do it. I can get back to the runway. Oh, look. Yay. Touched. And put the... Yeah, we're not just sort of skidding. Nah, that's fine. That'll do. We're back, everyone. That's the end of that trip.
Remember last. Where we parked.
Yeah. Jebediah, Valentina. All here.
And how many of them will be dead before the end of this video?
Jervis. Kerbal, Jebediah, Valentina. Sorry, I'm just seeing who we actually had. Helson Bob and Hadzor. Yeah, all done. So now we can get on the... Oh, you might have noticed those 2, but it doesn't matter. Those were there just so I could mark them on the planet where the base is. So we want to check on our satellite. Here we go. See, this is what we've got as far as the scan of Earth has gone. It's gone really well. But we want to do that for the moon. That's the plan. But we're just going to see what it's managed to pick up in the meantime, because whilst we've been doing all of this, it's been going round and round and round and round and round. So we're going to send that data back and check it and see what we've got. How much the Earth it's actually... Oh wow, it's done the whole thing, except for that perfect top and bottom, which it hasn't managed. There you go.
But isn't that to do with the orbit?
That's the orbit, yeah. But look at that, we can actually scan for the different materials at different heights. It's going to... See, this is how exciting it will be, but we want to do this for the moon. And then we can scan it, land our base, which we might put wheels on. Yes. I think we will. We'll do a moving base.
And then we'll send our paranoid clones to the moon.
Yeah, we're going to recreate the film Moon, basically. Build a big drill, hopefully. So I like it to look chunky. Again, I'm going to try and do something obscenely large and land it in a... I'm not too sure. How are we going to do this? I like this fuselage, and I want to just have it looking really hodgepodge. Or, if you see what I mean. Yeah. You can see what I mean just by watching the video. Put some lights in and some science.
I don't know what it is about sci-fi shit. I don't like the sleek ones. I prefer it to be like the Nostromo.
See, I think that's my love of sci-fi. It makes me love all these metal truss works and big walkways and things. I want to start building a space station after we've managed this, if this goes well, so that we can send the fuel that we've mined from the MUN up to the space station, and then that will be constantly filling with fuel is the idea. So
and we can recreate life.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can get the film life. Hopefully not. That's when we go to Juno. What fuel tanks to have? Because I want to be able to mine. It needs fuel tanks, the mining bit, the drills, a fuel transfer, the actual mechanical bit. I can't remember. There we go. One of those. That's what we need. One of those.
A holographic workforce.
It would be nice. Luckily, I think it should work automatically. So we're going to take a Kerbal. We might not actually. No, I don't think we will take a Kerbal. We'll have to land someone else. We might see if we can take it empty. Not sure. I haven't decided yet. Massive wheels. The biggest wheels I could get my hands on in stock, because I wanted it to drive over the MUN landscape without any problems.
Waltz over craters.
Yeah, that's the grand plan. Put down the walkway, not having a repeat of trying to get the Kerbals on top of the space plane last episode. Look at this. This is nice. So see, we'll get a nice walkway. They can jump up there with the RCS. You get rid of that, make it a bit shorter. I don't want it to clip the ground. Put some of those shields on the top, the heat shields. I think they look nice. I think the heat shields look really cool if they're on top of the containers, and they can't do any harm.
No.
get some solar panels down, get the drills going. Those are a bit big. They are a bit big. I don't know.
Kind of looks like a spider.
It does look cool. I think it's really coming together now. I'll put on some little drills. Yeah, we'll put the little ones at the front. There we go, and that way those should be able to drag through the floor as we're driving. Centre of gravity is a bit off, though, because we'll want the centre of gravity sort of over the middle of the refiner bit there, where I'm putting the fuel there. Here, we want the fuel and the centre of gravity, the orange and black dot, in the same place. That way I can put some engines on top of that, so that we can use those to come into land, because obviously there's no atmosphere, so we can't use a parachute. Those will look good as well, because we do need to have somewhere to put our ore, and I like having them pinned to the side. We get to strap it all together with big cables, which I kind of like doing. Use a heat, put some heat shields in. There we go, there we go. Looks nice. Big. Oh, not two of those. The mirror mode comes to haunt me so often. So many times I put something down and it's like, oh no, there's 4 of them in one place. Batteries. There you go. MUN Miner Mark 1. Might as well name that now, while I've got a chance. Might make a few adjustments in a Mo, which I won't show you because it's nice to keep some things a surprise. But this is the general gist of what we're going to be taking with us to the moon. Work on the lander now, because I want to have a lander. That would be really nice, so that once we've got this down, we can go for a drive. And I'll try and make it look as cool as possible. Maybe use as many wheels as we can. Maybe go for a 6 wheels. Yeah, there we go. Make a little one.
That's no rover. That's an escape pod.
It looks cool though. I want a little car rover with a little
space bus.
Yeah, with these wheels. I don't like those. I might be able to get them in the right place, because at least they can fold away. No, I don't like it. We'll just go for yeah, these look better. We'll use these. These look much nicer. Maybe might need 3. Yeah, go for 6. Maybe another one. Actually, I'll take that back.
They look like more suited to the task.
See, that's nice. That actually looks cool, and we can plug it back in to refuel it. Give it a couple of power banks, yeah, and some solar panels. Those look a bit big. Yeah, maybe put on a smaller engine on the back. We don't need much thrust, and some air brakes. Not for any reason. They just look
cool.
They just look cool, as you rightly say. Put some RCS tanks on, because we can hopefully refuel this infinitely from the main base here once it's landed, if this lands. I mean, trying to get this whole thing to the moon. Anyway, here you go. Half an hour later, we've put the whole thing in a rocket along with some other things. Uh-oh, that didn't... Well, that was a fail. Maybe try that. Just revert back to launch. Try that again.
With our powers over time and space, it never happened.
Never happened. Now, gently. It was my fault. I put full thrust on, and there we go. I should have been a bit more gentle about it. Get a good shot of it. It's nice. I think it's quite a nice ship. I mean, you can't see it, but as a whole, I think it's quite nice.
Today, all gather to see the launch of Jabba the Hutt into space.
The sun coming down over the ship. It's just the perfect time in the morning. The planet is blocking the view of the sun. That's lovely. I'll do a bit of heavy fast forwarding now. Yeah, we'll get up to like times 10, because the video took what, 3 hours to film the whole thing. Might have taken longer because there were a few attempts, but this was the perfect run that I'm willing to obscurely show with you, because there were no tests. It's fair to say nothing was tested, but each time I did try something, sometimes a few things needed tweaking, and eventually
had to rework after plan.
and we reworked it, which is why we had that explosion. There we go. Drop those off. That's us through the thickest part of the atmosphere. Just trying to build the speed up now. Tilt ourselves over gently, because I've gotten into the habit now of following our trajectory line, and then as you come out of the atmosphere you get quite a natural curve and the ship tilts over, which gives you a bit more speed. You don't want to be fighting the planet. If you tilt over, basically, rather than trying to push away from the planet entirely, you're also going round, which, not to get you into an orbit necessarily, but it makes it a lot easier.
It can help you build up speed.
Yeah, it just means that you're not fighting so much. Ah, the eclipse of our own ship.
Bottle.
Yeah, it does look a bit like a bottle actually, yeah. bring the orbit out.
Drops
Circularize.
in space.
Circularize. So aim for the moon.
You never
Aim
hear
for the
that
moon.
in Star Trek, do you?
You don't. No, they don't need to in Star Trek because they obey the rules of gravity not existing at all. It's very annoying that I feel like orbits don't matter in Star Wars and
Star Trek.
or Star Trek, either of them, anything, any kind of sci-fi. Even in the Alien films, you don't get them like go, oh, we've got to make sure we stay so far or we'll fall into orbit. More importantly, our orbit, just making some adjustments to the how we're going to approach the moon, because I want to try and, there you go, that's a bit better. I want to come in as close as we can so that although we'll be going quite quick, we'll be able to get a nice round orbit very soon, which is better than not soon.
Excellent segue, by the way.
It was an excellent segue, thank you. It's because of this excellent tea that you've made. As always on the channel, we advocate tea. Oh yeah, PSVR Life gave us a drop, didn't they, in their podcast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was nice of them. Obviously, we do 99% VR things, but to break the channel up, we do these flat games. So really, I should mention this in a VR game that I'm playing. But still, thank you very much to them. It was an honour. An honour and a privilege to hear from the people over there. Obviously, I know Slice anyway, but I don't know Danthol. Or I should do. He's added me on the PlayStation. And I was like, ooh, got an ad from Dan. I mean Danthol. I'm assuming it's not code. People have probably worked out his name's Dan. Oh yeah, here we go. Now that we're coming in, we've got all of our speed up that we need. We're going to crack that egg. And we're going to crack that egg. Bring ourselves round
Why
first.
did they? Oh, never mind. Why ask stupid questions? You know why it cracks like it. They say crack the egg.
What the pod? On
Yeah.
the front? Yeah. It's because it looks like you're smashing an egg. It does when it's this big. Okay, here we go. Just slow ourselves down, and then we'll crack. But you don't want to do it too soon, because if we're going too fast, all the bits will be flying into us. There we go. See, just
More
like
like a
so.
banana than an egg.
Yeah, it kind of exploded. There we go. On the bottom, we've got the satellite scanner, the SCAN-SAT for the moon, which I snuck on board like I did in the last video. It's just packed in there.
You didn't exactly sneak it on there. It was part of the design.
Yeah, it's part of the design. It didn't show it making though. There we go. Get the solar panels out. Move ourselves away from the wreckage. Not that it's going to be a wreckage. I'm sure that this will be fine. And
Did you remember to put monopropellant on?
No, we didn't, to be fair. I'm not sure. We'll find that out in a minute, to be fair. I'm pretty sure that we did, because the satellite's okay. We seem to be spinning a bit. I'm sure we'll be alright. We've got, as long as we don't get in the way of the moon for too long, because we don't have anyone on board. This one, on top of the satellite, we don't have anyone on board. So if it goes into the dark side of the moon, we'll probably lose comms. But for now, we need to leave that be and drop this onto the moon.
This heifer onto the moon.
Yeah, it's a very gradual slowdown. Oh look, there we go. See, there is MUN-SCAN-SAT.
Bye.
Bye. See, this is how slow that we are, sort of, because it's stayed still and we are slowing down. But it looks like the satellite is speeding up. I love space. I love perspective. It's like so weird. Such a wonderfully scientific madness.
It's confusing.
I love it, but I've always loved it, so it's fine.
I would never cope on a real Star Trek
No,
ship.
neither would I.
To be a crew member on a Star Trek ship, you must have such an understanding of physics.
Well, not in Star Trek, it's not real. But
you know
speaking
what
of
I mean?
physics, I'm just trying to get my satellite into a decent polar orbit, but I'm going to give up because there's no point. We'll do it later. We're going to land this first. The main miner. God, it's huge. You see what I mean about the rockets on the top now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I put those on in the idea that, like this, they will sort of slow us down. Should be quite good if we're lucky. I'm looking forward to it working successfully.
Well, here's the hope.
It'll be fine.
Here's the hope we don't belly flop the flop the moon
just
and
tilt
blow
that
up.
back a bit. Tilt that back a bit. Excellent. I think the neighbours have got some music on by the sounds of it. If that comes up in the YouTube and it demonetizes the video because of music in the background, wasn't us. It's loud neighbours. Hopefully they'll tone it down before the end.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. See, that's nice.
Look at the whale float through space.
How dare you? To be fair, I haven't named many. I did go through and do a bit of a purge and leave flags and rename crash sites and things. So if there's anybody, if you want to rename one of the ships, or you think that there's something that needs a certain name, let us know down in the comments, because we would be more than happy to rename them after certain commenters or people who have good ideas.
Yeah.
Because I'm not very good at naming.
No.
I just called them MUN Minor Mark 1, and that's not that inventive. It's not the... What was it? Whale sharks? Platinum God whale sharks. It's not the Platinum God whale sharks.
The MUN Minor is not one of your most inventive ideas.
No, it's not. Funnily enough, actually, no, I lie. I have spoken to Danthol because I was telling him that he should go and read Yahtzee's book, because he was saying, "Oh, I love sci-fi. Recommend a book." And I said, "Go read. We'll Save the Galaxy for Food," because it's amazing. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that one is.
Everyone who likes space should go read that. Oh, here we go. Here's the tricky bit. Just burning off because we have not very much fuel. We've got no oxidizer, but a little bit of fuel.
And we're coming in quite quick.
Yeah, 30, 29. I'm just going to turn that off. There we go. Just full blast. And if we hit the floor, oh god, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. We're hitting a bit quick.
Oh.
Hey! I think that might fall over. We're going to be. I'm just going to put the brakes on. There we go. Just give it a moment. Quite steep.
Yeah.
Quite steep. We'll get some of the solar panels out. Why are some of the solar... There we go. They're there. There we go. For a moment, I thought I hadn't put them on. I was like, oh, God.
Well,
okay,
it won't be the first time.
Yeah, we'll change control. Valentina and Bob went with us this time. Because I thought in the last moment, we'll take Valentina, because she'll want to go back.
Yeah.
She's
grown
determined.
attached.
Lift ourselves up a bit, see if we can't lighten the load. Can't seem to get much purchase going up. Let's reverse. We'll roll backwards gently. Roll backwards gently. And
then explode.
Yeah, there we go. Don't say that. It'll be fine. We did not come this far to mess Kerbal up now. Okay, this doesn't look so good though. We're spinning. Spinning. Do a U-point. It's alright. We'll do it on purpose. There we go.
Spinning. We're swaying.
Sway. We're just turning with the rotation of the universe, man.
Just go with it.
There we go. It's a good view though. So this is what I wanted. I do like this cockpit, which is why I tend to use it a lot, even when it's just sticking out the front like that, because I think it looks smart.
It's a shame our computer's not powerful enough to process the dust.
It is on the moon. It's fine. It's all good. Here we go. Because there isn't any dust on the moon. It's on the other planets that you get the dust clouds, and we've got all that switched on. Don't worry so much. Okay, brakes are on full blast, but we're not stopping. I want to get rid of the fuel tank as well on top. I don't want them there the whole time. That's not the plan. We'll see if we can disconnect that. Put the drills on first. And one by one, then I've got to tell them all to actually start drilling, because I've got to give them a mo. There we go. Start surface harvester. I took the big ones off at the last minute as well, because they kept our weight just low enough to make it a bit easier to land the thing, because it was very heavy. Start. We'll go for liquid fuel and oxidizer, because that's what we're going to need.
Yep.
Really. And then slowly we'll try and fill up our little lander. That's the best plan. We're getting things. There we go. Just disconnect our... I was hoping that would fly away because I put a Sputnik on it, but it's not letting us. So we'll just have to sort of wrestle it off. There we go. There we go. Drop that. It's okay. Reverse away. I was really worried that was going to take off the antennas because they're only made of tin foil.
I was half expecting it to explode.
Yeah. Oh, it's empty. I don't think it can explode. It was empty. It didn't look like it was empty because it said it had a bit of fuel left, but it had no oxidizer. So technically it was fine. Hey, we've landed though, so now let's head to the tracking station and see if we can't...
satellite.
Yeah, see if we can't do something with this now. Can't sort out the spinning. Right. We'll turn that. There we go. And we'll get that facing the right direction, because for starters we need to sort out the antenna and where we're controlling it from, because I've got two brains on board, one for when you're facing the planet and another computer that does the other just flying in a straight line. Ah, indeed. That's not right. You might have had a point. I think we're just spinning madly, so I might have to do this manually and just tap. Yeah, I'm going to have to thrust manually when we're pointing the right direction. Give me a second. You'll see this. This might take us a mo. I don't want to throw it out into space. I'd rather have to do it. There we go. One, and again, and again, and again, Again, might skip this bit actually. There we go. Skipped about 10 minutes there of me tapping that each time it spins and it faces the right way, just so we can have orbit with the moon at all. Because at least then it's not completely wasted.
No.
You know, we're not going to drive the MUN miner thing that far. I mean, we might over time. Then again, by that point, we'll hopefully be able to refuel in space off of our base and land a larger miner and upgrade the operation every now and then.
We'll have to build one and call it the Nostromo.
Oh, that's a good plan. See, there we go. We're a bit far away. Look at our scan. The scan of the moon's like from about as good a view as we've got ourselves. Got a good look at everything there, though.
Yeah.
We can scan all the different materials. There's the proper overlay. So we know where to send the miner itself now. We can send it to the places where there's a lot of ore, so we get the most fuel out of it, and hopefully build a geostationary satellite. But thank you very much for joining us this time. I think we've actually done a really good job. So this has been a really busy episode, so do let us know if there's anything you want to name. Otherwise, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
Yes, and we'll see all of you space people in the next beautiful episode of Kerbal Space Program, the sofa of Adam operations on the moon.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.